I am finally ready to do my story time. It took a lot. It took a lot of praying. It took a lot of fasting. It took a lot of me getting out having fun and people dragging me out the house. Specific people who you've seen drag me out the house, or some people like I had drove to and stuff like that. It just definitely took a lot. You know, this stuff can definitely take a toll on you. And I just want everyone who is going through this or on the brink of going through this stuff to let you know that you're not alone. You're far from alone. And guess what? God is going to see you through as long as your heart is in the right place. Because if you do fucked up shit, I'm cussing. Yes, I am. You do fucked up shit to people, it's going to come back to you. I see it firsthand. I may not always see it when it comes back to people, when it comes to, you know, like what people have done to me, but I've seen it firsthand, okay? So just remember that. Also, while I am going to be doing my story time, I'm going to also be recording it because I'm going to be putting it on TikTok as well. So yeah, let's get into the story time, and we're going to start from the beginning. But before I start, I want to address somebody really quickly. And you know, honestly, I wasn't going to say anything, but it seems like my name just keeps being in everybody's mouth. So I'm just going to address it. Miss 𝒕𝒉𝒊𝒏𝒌, 𝒕𝒉𝒊𝒏𝒌 on TikTok. Stop comparing yourself to me. Like, we're in two different category brackets. You give Vixen, sorry, let me not say that. You definitely are, and you give that woo lady and that whole aura energy of people and young girls. You give those vibes. I'm an auntie, okay? Our situation is completely different. You actually have a nasty ass attitude, and you need to fix that shit. You really do. And I actually was trying to help you. That's the sad part. But then when you started sending me those text messages talking about I'm evil, and these messages came out of nowhere, and then you lied and told the NCO, that bald-head ass bitch, that I lied to NCOs and tell them that I live far away just so that I can be late to work.
What's wrong with you, 𝒊𝒏?
Nothing to my extent.
Have y'all had any type of run-ins? Did you tell her now? She told me this now.
Okay.
Did you tell her that I forgot the name she said, live somewhere around here, and you tell somebody that you live somewhere else, so when you got to come to work, you can be late to work?
No.
So why would she say that then? Well, why would she say that you live somewhere and you told somebody when you was taking her somewhere the other day about looking at apartments or something like that, that you told her that she shouldn't tell 𝒕𝒉𝒊𝒏 all of her business or something like that?
I don't know why.
Where did you take her the other day? Or where were y'all supposed to be the other day that you said something different then? Where did you take her the other day that you was supposed to be somewhere else, but you wasn't?
I didn't take her anywhere the other day. I've been here. You used to live in the same apartment complex as me, and guess what? You moved further away. I do not want to move further away because I don't like being late to work. I'd rather live closer to work so I don't have to be late to work, because I don't want to drive that far or have to wake up that early to get to work on time. So why would you lie and say that?
𝒕𝒉𝒊𝒏𝒌 definitely means well, but the only reason I still don't tell them my address is because they will try to pull some shit like, oh, Jordan, you don't live that far, so why are you late? Jordan, oh, you don't live that far, so you can come in because everybody else live far away. Like, I try to minimize them in my business as much as I possibly can.
And the reason why I said anything about being late is because the one time that I did come in late, the sergeant was like, oh, you need to go and apologize to her because she's a POC and you're a specialist. And he told me that if it was the other way around, he wouldn't expect nobody to apologize to me. That's the only reason why I brought that up to her, that specific situation when I'm saying something about being late. Other than that, I'm not a person that normally come to work late or anything like that. But I know people who did every single day, and I was catching the heat for it. That's weird, for number one. And I'm glad that you and 𝒊𝒏 hang out with each other, because birds of feather flock together. You are actually a very, very, very pretty girl. And I told you this when I first met you. But your fucking attitude, that your insides is nasty as hell. And for you to come here and say that, oh, I'm an evil person, this and the third, I've never been that kind of person. Nobody has never. You're the first person ever in my entire life for somebody to say some shit like that towards me. Then you parading around talking about you're protected by Jesus Christ and stuff like that. The way that you act, Christ does not even act like that. So I know for a fact this has to be some kind of facade or something. Like, And I'm not trying to like sit here and say I'm perfect, because guess what? I'm sitting here talking about you. Yes, I am. Because now that I'm coming out and telling a story, at first, like I said, I wasn't going to say anything. But the simple fact that you're still bringing up my name, is 2026, have not seen you since 2025, I'm still being brought up in your conversations. And not even just that, this year alone, you literally was so-called calling yourself, like, I guess, like, following me to my crib. You're weird. And if you think I'm lying, hold on, I'm going to show y'all. And you're not going to sit here and tell me that this is not your car on March 6th, 2026, babes. And the fact that you don't even live up this way and you're driving towards where I live at, and then you have a nerve to stop right here in front of me. Like, what is your problem? Like, look at you. Like, you're fucking weird. You're so fucking weird. Like, I'm telling you. I don't know, but let's get into this story time from start to finish. If you see me looking up or looking down, it's because I'm literally recording on 2 different devices, because one is going for my YouTube and one is going for my TikTok. And I do not want to keep recording and doing the same things all over again. But I am here to finally give you guys the story time on basically everything that I have dealt with in the Army. Like, I'm talking about, like, literally everything. This is going to be the part 2. Part 1 is already posted on my TikTok account. And if you scroll down, you'll find it. It basically tells about, Pride Month, because I wanted to make sure that I'm showing my appreciation for the community, for one. And for two, I did want to bring awareness to some things that has been happening over the past few months since I've been, out of the military. And I'm still surviving out of the military. So let's get into part 2. I'm sorry. I needed that. I really needed that. The situation all the way from, me joining the military to the whole situation with my ex. I'm here to give you guys everything, because I just want to get this off my chest, because I want to move forward in my life and I don't want to have to keep thinking about it. I want to let you guys know that nobody is pressed for anything, for one. And for two, this is just a story time that I'm deciding to finally come out and say, because it seems like everybody want to say stuff about me, but I never really, pay too much attention to, like, be combative and, like, fighting back with them about, oh, this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to do my story time, and I'm just going to go from there. So, boom. Everything first started when I first got to the fleet, I guess, to the unit. But in the Marine Corps, we call it fleet. But, like, when I first got to the unit in the Army, before I even get there, I literally had, like, some kind of unnecessary kind of conflict with the NCO, basically. Sergeant First Class Rhonda Brown. I don't know what the fuck this girl problem was with me, but it seemed like she had a problem with me, like, from the very beginning, and I never even met the girl yet. But I kind of figured it was something, and I found out exactly what it was after the fact of everything else just going downhill. After I had reported her, then she was like, oh, I'm not going to lie to you. The schoolhouse already told me about you, this and the third. Well, now you want to tell me that. Bitch, I been knew that, because why the fuck are you acting so weird? So let's start from the very beginning, right? And I'm sorry for cursing. I only started cursing this much because of the military. I'll be honest with you. I never curse so much, but every time I say something, it's a fuck, goddamn shit, bitch, everything. As you guys can see in the screenshots of the text messages, it was kind of giving, like, weird energy, for one. For two, it was like, what is the problem? Like, tell me what the problem is. Because I'm being transparent with you. I'm giving you everything that you're asking of me, and you're still, like, being, like, hyper fixated on my car. Like, why are you worried about my car and how I'm getting here? Like, I can get it if you were genuinely, concerned, but I did not get that. And I don't care what nobody say. When you feel stuff in your stomach and your gut and your intuition, your discernment, whatever you want to call it, you believe it. So I'm going to give you guys a quick update and more clarity and detail that I did not share about the car and stuff like that. When I sent her the information about my leave request form and that I was going to be on leave, and I showed her my travel itinerary from DTS, I was literally explaining to her, like, I'm going to be flying there on this day. I never said anything about my car. She doesn't even know I have a car. She calls me and say, well, where's your car? And I'm like, I have my car with me. She said, well, how are you going to get here without your car? I responded to her and I said, I'm going to have my car shipped. She was like, well, how are you going to get here if your car is getting shipped? I said, I'm flying there. Then she repeats the same question. So how is your car going to get here? And at this point, I'm starting to get irritated because I'm like, first of all, you already came on some weird shit the first time you called me. Now you questioning me about my car. It was not given genuine care about it because, like, why do you keep asking me about my car? The crazy thing is that I'm thinking, like, why should you ask me about my car? Keep in mind, I just had a situation in the schoolhouse where they were saying that, like, I had took a soldier and I put her in my private car. But I'm like, no, I actually was trying to help somebody get a patch so that they did not get in trouble with their drill sergeant because their U.S. Army patch had came off. It was like, yeah, we seen her get in your car. There's eyewitnesses and stuff like that. Because the girl actually got in trouble because she got caught walking back from the exchange by herself. And she said that I dropped her off. Now, keep in mind, I told this girl multiple times, I'm like, hey, you cannot get in my car, but if you give me your card or if you send me the money on Apple Pay, I can go and get it for you because I know you can't, go by yourself. She decided to do what she decided to do and she got caught and then try to blame it on me and saying, oh, well, she took me. Don't do that. Do not do that at all. So they kept saying like, oh, we seen her get in a white car, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, my car is black. So I'm just trying to tell them, like, I don't know what they're talking about. After that happened, they gave me a negative counseling for coming in late. And I wasn't the only person that was coming in late either. So when that happened, I had pulled the instructor aside. I was like, I don't think it's fair that you gave me a negative counseling for coming in late, especially because I was doing worship. Like, I was praying and doing my worship time. But other people have came in late before me and after me on that day. And nobody else had gotten a negative counseling because I've asked. And then she was like, well, you're not them. This, and the third. And I'm like, why? What's the targeting for? Literally, what is it for? Like, I'm telling you, I wasn't even in the Army for like a year, not even 6 months, not even 3 months. And dealing with that shit. I did stand my ground and I was like, I just don't think that that's fair. Keep in mind, they did say that if you fail height and weight or you fail your ACFT, then you cannot go on Dean's List. I'm gonna stop this really quickly to let you guys know that after she gave me the negative counseling, she literally went in front of the whole class and was like, if you guys have stuff going on, just let us know. We're here for you. We're here to help you. And I'm like, that was a fucking slap in the face because now all of a sudden you're here to help us. But when I was explaining to you why I was late, and I was only 5 minutes late, and you just dismissed me. Like, what? Anyway, let's continue. But they let one of the other soldiers who came from the Marine Corps as well, they let her go on Dean's List, and she got awarded for being on Dean's List after she failed height and weight and her ACFT. So mind you, I passed my ACFT and height and weight. Ain't that crazy, right? So when I brought that to their attention, I guess that became more of a target for me because it's like, oh, well, yeah, we did give you a negative counseling, but we didn't give nobody else a negative counseling. And on top of that, we let somebody else get Dean's List, and we're not going to let you do it. So there was a problem from the beginning. What? I don't know. So all of that stuff happened at the schoolhouse, right? And then before I get to the unit, I take leave. And I guess it was like a 4-day weekend or something like that. And I think I took it in conjunction with the leave. And I'm literally on vacation, right? And Rhonda Brown starts blowing up my phone, but I can't fully answer my phone because my phone is broken because I dropped it in the water at the pool. So I'm like, I can't really do much with my phone right now, so I'm gonna have to wait until I get it fixed or case may be. So when I finally catch back up to her and like, hey, my phone was broken or whatever the case may be. Soon as I'm texting her, I'm being so transparent with her, trying to tell her everything or whatever the case may be, because like I'm just trying to like let her know all of the stuff that has been going on. Then she calls me. Well, because she called me before, but I wasn't able to answer the phone. And she calls me after I texted her and I sent her all the information. This is the first thing that she says. She said, I'm your NCOIC at Fort Belvoir, and when I call your phone, you need to answer. Bitch, who are you talking to? You don't even fucking know me for you to even be talking to me like that. You get what I'm saying? So, now I'm being like very not like so professional about it because it's like, what the fuck was all of that for, right? So boom, after that situation had happened, like you guys can literally see in the text messages, like how she was just basically being. So after the schoolhouse and everything that happened at the schoolhouse, in May in 2023, when I was PCS in the Fort Belvoir, I really couldn't send any text messages. So I had to wait until I got my phone fixed so I can be able to communicate back with her. But by then, at this time frame, I still had about 7 days of leave left on my leave. So I was like kind of confused on like what the hurry was, especially when I was PCS and I was going to be on leave either way. So like I said, literally the day after I had got my phone fixed on May 25th, which you guys can see in the text messages, I reached out to her and I was being transparent, telling her like, you know, I'm coming in and this is how I'm getting here and all of this stuff. Instead of like the standard leadership behavior that you thought I would have gotten, this lady started power tripping over the fucking phone. If you guys don't believe me, let me play a little clip right here for you guys so you can hear how she talks to me. But she don't talk to nobody else like that. Nobody else. Literally. And I'm going to give you guys a full backstory on this clip. Don't overanalyze this clip right now. Just take for this clip. That's how she communicates with me, literally. And nobody else in our office. She don't talk to nobody else like that.
But something was said to her because she came to me today and said that she feels uncomfortable. You said something to her, something like that. So I don't know what was said, but just be mindful of whatever or how you talk to somebody.
I haven't said anything to her for her to feel that way.
I mean,
I'm very mindful of myself.
I'm just saying, maybe you may think that, but maybe she don't. I don't know, so I said that.
Okay.
Someone's perception could be different. I don't know, so I'm just telling you.
That is absolutely true. I agree.
Be mindful. So if something was said, I don't know.
Did she tell you everything else that was in the text message? Did she tell you I was evil?
No, I'm just asking. I talked to, like I always tell you. Like I always tell you, I listen to all sides of the story. Did I not tell you that? I always tell you that. I said I listen to all sides of the story. So I'm saying what she came to me with, okay? So I said, I will sit down. I sit down with all parties involved with anything I ever come to anybody with. I always tell you that. I don't just listen to one side of nothing. So I'm coming to you. So if it was more than once I asked you what was said, then you can go ahead and give me your opinion on what was said or whatever the case may be. I don't know. So I'm coming to you. So no. So if you have something to say, then tell me.
No, I didn't understand why when you were on the phone, you was like, when you come back down here, come to my office, you understand me. Talking to me in a condescending manner, for one. The manner was more so of like this on the phone. Hi, when you finish, you come to my office. Do you understand me? Even the yo looked at me and was like, why is she talking to you like that? For two, when you texted me and said, hi, come to my office right now. When I communicated, because I even told the front desk, I told everybody who was in here, I even told the front desk duty even wrote it on a sticky note, the time and the date that I left. So I don't understand.
Okay. I'm coming to, first off, no one taught you condescending, okay? So I need you to get this back. Every single time I talk to you, Jordan, I'm telling you, okay? Because you feel some type of way somebody talk to you. I'm not, okay? Listen to me. When I talk to you, I talk to everybody the same way, same manner, no matter what it is. So for you to feel like someone's being condescending to you, I'm never condescending to anyone. I talk to you how I talk to anybody else. So anywhere, anytime, the same way to anybody.
Okay.
So you can stop with someone being me being condescending because I'm the same with anybody. It doesn't matter who it is. I'm the same way.
But you just told me that others perceive things differently, and I'm just telling you my perception.
Okay, that's your perception, but I'm telling you though. So you feel that whenever I talk to you, I'm talking to you. I do not. I talk to you the same way to anybody. You're the same across the board. No one gets talked to differently around here.
And then as you can see, like me bringing it up, telling her like, why are you talking to me like that? Oh, you need to stop playing a victim and da-da-da-da. Like, I'm not playing a victim. Like, I literally have 2 years worth of documentation of all the stuff that you have been doing to me since I've been here. And I'm not trying to play the victim or anything like that, but it's like, damn, lady, can I catch a fucking break? Why you not acting like this to nobody else? Like, bitch was even being weird about a fucking Louis Vuitton bag. I'm saying your Louis Vuitton bag is fake. Like, that's so fucking unprofessional. And if it was, why the fuck is that your business? Gladly it's not, and I got the fucking receipts for it. But why is that your business? And why are you publicly saying that out loud in front of everybody and customers, patients in the fucking lobby area? For what? You know? So nobody's not going to tell me that she wasn't trying to like humiliate me every chance she got, because this was literally almost every week, every day. If it wasn't every day, every week, probably like 3 times out of the week, something was being said to me by her. Even when I wasn't at the fucking pad office, but I'm going to get into that too. So yes, that's literally all of my documentation of stuff that I have written down, compiled text messages, screenshots, other witness statements that was sent to the command, and the command was like, no, she didn't do that. Like, I'm a sweet ass fucking person, literally the sweetest person that you could ever fucking meet. But I feel like because I'm so fucking sweet, people take that as me being naive and gullible, and they try to take advantage of that shit. Like, I don't like that shit at all, because you fucking weird, and I'm telling you this right now, that shit gonna come right back on your ass. So then you can see in the other text messages, she's like, oh, you need to report to PAD on May 30th at 0900. After I just sent to you in the text messages that I was on leave, and you literally called my phone again, and I told you on the phone again, and then you had me send you my leave form, which you literally asked me for, and you telling me to come report to work while I'm on leave. And guess what? I sure fucking did. I reached out to the NCO who was there at the time, and I'm like, well, she's telling me to report to work. I don't know if it's something important or not like that, but I'm gonna just come in, because I'm here. And he was like, okay, I'll see. I get there, she's not there. She's nowhere to be fucking found, right? Nowhere to be found. He's like, well, just go ahead and take the rest of your leave, because I know you got a lot of stuff, going on with you, and you're trying to get all your stuff from your old duty station. I was like, okay, thank you. So boom, after that, she sends me another text message, which you guys can see. Keep asking me, am I going to report? When am I going to report? When am I going to report? Why do you keep asking me the same stuff when I'm literally telling you? I'm being so transparent. Where do you think a lie is going to come in at that? Like, it gave the, like when somebody think you're lying and they just keep asking you questions trying to see if you're going to slip up in a lie, whatever it could be. That's what that was given. And I did not like that at all. That really felt so fucking insulting, because like, I'm being very transparent with you, and I'm trying to still be, excuse me, and I'm still trying to be very professional and cordial with you. After you just fucking called my phone, I don't even know who the fuck you are, and you're talking about something, when I call your phone, you need to answer. You don't pay this fucking bill, babes. You don't pay this bill. So what the fuck? And for all the people who would be like, oh, the military's getting soft, this, and the third. No, it's not that the military's getting soft. People don't know how to fucking respect people. They literally fucking don't. They don't know how to respect people at all. But when that fucking rank come off and you got to hang that shit up, I bet you won't be talking to people like that then. Because somebody really going to show your ass. And right now, I feel like it's going to happen for her. It's either going to happen for her or her child. I don't know. But I'm not trying to wish bad on nobody, but I'm telling you, what you do to people is going to come back to you. Just like my ex, what you fucking did to me, that shit going to come back to you. I already seen the shit come back to my other fucking ex, the fucking Virgo. So, yeah. Anywho, after that, I check in, not having any problems or whatever the case may be. And she's like, oh, come into the office the day that I'm supposed to check in from leave, right? I come into the office, and she's not there. Nowhere to be fucking found again. Then another time she asked me to come into the office. I go into the office, and this is my first time meeting her in person. I know she's black because I can hear her on the phone, but I don't know what she looks like, right? And so boom, I get to her, and I finally meet her in person, right? I meet her in person, and I'm sitting across from her, like how I'm sitting right here. She's sitting across from me, and like you can like almost see like, like I'm gonna say for an example, this is like her computer screen, and the computer screen is sitting like right there. And like, I'm just trying to give you guys like a visual of like how I was sitting. Like I'm sitting like in front of her desk. And I'm being like very jolly, very, bubbly, because I'm so excited to get to my fucking new unit, for one. And for two, I always wanted to work in a hospital. And I'm so happy that I'm working in a hospital because I still want to go to nursing school as well. So when I get in there, she was like, how are you? And I'm like, I'm okay. How are you doing? She was like, I'm good. Like the attitude was just so fucking nasty and so fucking bland. Like I cannot explain it or express it enough, right? So then she's talking to me about, did I get all my stuff moved or whatever the case may be? And I'm like, yeah, but I'm still waiting for some other stuff or whatever the case may be. She was like, okay, did you meet with your sponsor? I was like, no, I didn't meet with her. I don't even know who she is. It says Brown, like a Sergeant Brown, but it says that she's in a different building or something like that. And she was like, oh, okay. I was like, but I was wondering, since, you've been in the Army for a minute and you're in E7 and you work in a hospital, I do want to go to nursing school and I want to do the Army AECP program. And I was wondering if, like, you could mentor me. Even after the whole fucking first initial interaction, I'm still trying to give this bitch the benefit of the fucking doubt and be like, you know what? Maybe I can learn something from her. And I actually ended up learning shit from her, but not in a way that I thought I was going to learn from her back in 2023. So I'm like, can, mentor me basically so I can get on the right path, right? She was like, oh, and mind you, keep in mind, she never looks at me. She never makes eye contact with me. From the time that I came into her office and sat down and she shut the door, she never made eye contact with me. She was literally like this the entire time looking at her computer while I'm sitting on the opposite side of her. She was like, oh, I don't know about that. And I took it back from it at first. I'm like, what the fuck? What's the problem? And she was like, yeah, because you already have a sponsor. And I was like, yeah, but she's not here in this building. She works in a different building. And I'm here with you. So I was just wondering if you're okay with that. She's like, I don't know. We'll have to see. Like, bitch, if you didn't want to mentor me, then you could have just said that in the fucking first place. Like, stop trying to, don't hide that shit. If you was going to be a mean girl, do that shit for real. Because if you would have did that shit for real, I wouldn't have kept trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, and I would have put you in your fucking place because you're fucking weird. And I just cannot stand the black women that are in the army who fucking act like that. Like Major fucking Farron Campbell, sorry. Farron is her first name. Campbell is her last name. And fucking Smith. I don't remember her fucking first name, but I'm gonna get into that as well. Because y'all are just fucking weird. Like, and then one of the people told me, oh, it's the Dog and Pony Show. I don't got fucking time for Dog and Pony Show. Absolutely fucking not. You'd rather throw somebody else's career under the bus making up fucking false statements just to save your own. That shit is insane to me. It's so fucking insane. And especially as a black woman, knowing all of the fucking shit that we have to go through to even make it somewhere in this fucking country. Right? After that whole interaction, I go about my day. I'm coming to work, doing everything that I need to do. I finally start training with my baby Pacheco. That Pacheco is my baby, okay? Start training with Pacheco, right? And as I'm training, I'm grasping everything really quickly, right? And then after that, I'm like starting to get put on working parties, basically. In the Army, they call them details, but in the Marine Corps, we call them working parties. But Sergeant First Class Brown, Rhonda Brown, starts putting me on working parties. She put me on one working party, and that's where I met the lovely Miss Sergeant Heron. Love her to death, and thank you so much for helping me the way that she did, because I just love her so much. So yeah. She put me on that working party, and I was doing good. I'm like, okay, I did a good job. Never got an award for it, but I think other people did. I never fucking got an award for it, but I'm not thinking about no fucking award right now. I'm thinking about how am I about to get to AECP so I can do this nursing program, right? So then, boom, after that, I come back to work, and I'm starting to train again and stuff like that. She puts me on another fucking working party. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck is the problem? Like, what is I asked my NCO, I was like, why do I keep getting put on all these working parties? Like, I literally, let me rewind back. Not to mention, also in that meeting when I first met her, I told her that I'm excited to work in a hospital and I love working with people and I'm excited to work with patients too. And that I wanted to work up here on this floor, but I was also told that we could be put in different departments of PAD, but I would like to work up here. And she also said, we'll see what we can do. But a few weeks later, she was trying to put me in a basement because one of the staff NCOs told me, oh, she was trying to put you in a basement, but I had to fight for you basically for you to stay up here because I know you said you wanted to stay up here, on the first floor instead of being in the basement. Bitch really tried to put me in a fucking basement after I said that to her. Like, you're a fucking weird bitch. I don't care. Like, nobody's not going to tell me nothing different from that. So, fast forwarding back to the second working party that I had got put on, she put me on a fucking working party, and I got noticed by the command sergeant major. Then, after that, I had the newcomer's brief with the command sergeant major, and I'm still bubbly and shy, yeah, I want to go to nursing school. I'm so excited to travel. I want to do travel nursing, so once I do finish whatever I'm doing in the Army, maybe I can go reserve and do nursing and, just telling her my whole ball game, right? Then I get told that, hey, you're going to be moving to the company. And I'm like, why am I moving to the company? Mind you, I haven't even gotten in trouble. Nothing. But the command tried to say that I've been moved multiple times, and that's a pattern of misconduct. Like I said, I'm going to get into that, right? So, boom. And I'm sorry for keep cussing y'all. I'm not perfect, but I have to get this off my chest. And I'm going to get it off my chest the best way I possibly can. So boom, I moved to the company, but before I moved to the company, I'm telling them I have leave put in for the end of July, and I have leave put in for almost mid-August. They was like, okay, no, that's fine, because I already put it in when I was at PAD. And then it was like, no, it's fine. So when you get up here and you come back from leave, you'll just report straight up here to the company. I'm like, okay. I get to the company and they tell me I'm actually going to be under the battalion because they want me to compete in this initiative that the Command Sergeant Major had came up with called the Iron Eagle Initiative. I also had my initial counseling from going to the Iron Eagle Initiative, right? I was supposed to be a part of that, so that's the original reason why I got moved to the company, and then it switched to the battalion. So I was training and stuff like that, you know, doing PT, whatever the case may be. Then it came to a point where, like, I went to air assault school, and I had failed out of air assault school because of my injury. I guess it wasn't fully healed or whatever the case may be, and I wasn't able to fully go back to compete, because basically with the Iron Eagle Initiative is that you have air assault badge, you have medical EF and B badge, you have all these badges, and then when you go up to compete with different like places, like I know they have like Warrior of the Year, Best Soldier of the Year competitions, you know, all that stuff, like all over the United States or whatever U.S. territories and stuff like that. She would be sending me and other people to compete. So if I can't go, then somebody else a part of the Iron Eagle Initiative will be able to go, and if they can't go, then I would be sent. You know, basically just having a rotation of, you know, people who can go and compete for these competitions, basically being a mascot, right? So when I got injured and stuff like that, I wasn't able to go back to air assault school, even though I really tried my hardest to go back to air assault school. But they said that they weren't going to send me back, for one, not even just because of the injury, but for two, they wanted to give somebody else a chance to go there to see if they can, you know, complete it. That person did not end up completing it. But that's another story for another day. But what I did was, while I was still at the battalion, I was helping out with the training room and the orderly room. And then I also ended up started helping out with the room that's down the hall that I guess they like help you get sent to air assault school and all them training in school stuff. I think it's called training in schools. I don't remember. But I started helping out with 3 different departments, right? So as I'm there, they had this turkey bowl festival. They had this turkey bowl thing where, you know, you play football and stuff like that. I made a video. And because I was just bored at this point, because like when I got home from work, like I didn't have nothing to do. I was just bored. I wasn't in school. I wasn't doing anything. I was just literally fucking bored. And that's how I started like blowing up on TikTok, because I was so bored. I was just making TikToks, all right? So made a video and I showed it to somebody. I actually showed it to the battalion commander's EA, like executive assistant. And she was like, oh, that looks really good. You should show it to Command Sergeant Major. I showed it to Command Sergeant Major. She likes it. And then the EA, the executive assistant for the Command Sergeant Major, she likes it too. And she's like, oh, well, I'm going to see if I can get you access to the Facebook page so you can, you know, help, you know, control with the PAO. Keep in mind, I was not officially appointed being PAO at this time, and I'm still at the battalion. But I was doing videos and pictures and stuff like that, and they were loving it. I was doing a really good job.
High volume.